Hi, it's Susan. I am back with another show and share, and this would be items number 10, 11, and 12. I'm going to call them in my 100 Things challenge that was started by Dances with Pit Bulls. And so what I was doing was dyeing paper in a variety of ways because I like to have a huge amount of paper on hand, and I do not dry my paper in the oven. I let it air dry, so it's stacked on cookie sheets all over the place, and it takes about half a day to dry, just letting them dry here in the house. I have 25 sheets, so it takes some time, but I just go ahead and batch things, do a whole bunch at once and let it dry, do a whole bunch more at once. And so I was in the mood and I kept going on paper. And so I'm going to start actually with this one. And these are some wonderful, wonderful shades of purple that I got from boiling and then reducing grapes. My in-laws have grapevines, and they had a bunch of grapes that, had gotten smushed on the ground and what have you. They couldn't use them for cooking, so my mother-in-law saved them for me, and I was able to make some grape dye, the papers out of that. And it's very interesting because I don't know if it's the sugar content in the grapes, but the texture of the paper feels different. All of this paper is just good old standard printer paper that you would put in there, the cheap stuff. And this paper feels heavier, thicker. I don't know. So scientifically, it does something to the paper, and it's just kind of cool. It'll add a neat texture to a book when I need some purplish paper pages. Then I went and got my Delusions ink, and I got some leaves from the yard and put them on some wet paper. I usually dip the paper in tea or coffee and then put them on my cookie sheet, put the leaves down, and then spray them with various distress sprays. And I'm a sloppy sprayer. It's really hard to be very precise and get just a little bit out. So there's always an excess of ink in those cookie sheets. So what I do, I spray the pages and then I dip the ink off into a little container, either another bin or, something. I just dip it off to the side. So I'm saving all that excess. So I had, some of them came out really distinct. The back sides, are a little bit lighter. But these are just awesome pages that I will be able to use in upcoming journals. These are all from my native mallow. They look like maple leaves, but they're from my mallow. And so, when it gets really thick in the cookie sheet, really heavy and it's about ready to tip over, I just, tip the excess ink into a little jar because, we're not going to waste that color, right? And sometimes I'll pour it back over a page if I want to get an extra color. These were kind of neat, just having the yellows and oranges. I'm not sure what this was from. Maybe the birch tree across the street. I'm not sure. So I got a lot of leaf impressions. And then I had all that ink left over, and I had to figure out something that I was going to do with that. Well, that was really easy because basically I just had a lot of colored water. And I just started dipping my blank sheets into the tea and then putting them on the cookie sheets and then dumping the various distress sprays back over them. And I had them in several different containers, so I just got, sometimes I'd go ahead and add some more spray, but mostly this is just all my leftover ink that I just poured back onto the cookie sheets and just got some really wonderful, wonderful colors, variety. And just, I'm just really pleased. I just have a lot of, there's a little leaf impression. Oh, and then some water spots. I take my turkey baster and I will dip that in either the ink or the tea and just splotch it down on the water, on the paper, and then it gives this water spot effect, which I just really like. So that's what I did for items number 10, 11, and 12. I dyed lots of papers. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye for now.